What's going on, everyone? Jeremy here from the Quartering, and we often talk about on this channel how, words have meanings, they're supposed to have meanings, and nowadays, it seems like one side of the political aisle, the one that has all the power in media, likes to redefine words when it becomes inconvenient, especially when their own words get used against them. Then they really have their big old melties. Last night, Tim Pool went to war with Twitter over a particular term, the G word, we're going to say, because YouTube seems to be enforcing similar restrictions. Like if you take a dog in, the thing that they do there, right? It is a word that has no actual, it's a neutral word. You can use it in a wide variety of terms. It isn't always a negative term. But Tim Pool gets banned from Twitter for his use of the word. And he went on a little bit of a warpath. And there's a little bit more to the story that I find pretty interesting. We're getting into all that after a really quick word from this video sponsor. Huge shout out to this video's sponsor, Private Internet Access VPN. Look, it's 2022. Everyone should be using a VPN by now. They unlock content, they provide an immense amount of privacy, and much more. From a privacy standpoint, not using private internet access would be like forgetting to mute yourself on Zoom and then talking about your coworkers. For unblocking content worldwide, watching Netflix without private internet access is like paying for an entire spa day, but only getting a facial. Private internet access unlocks content, it adds an extra layer of protection, it conceals your internet traffic, your true IP, yours alone. You can access your favorite content, region-locked content. There are thousands of worldwide server locations, and I've been working with private internet access so long, they have a massive discount for you, my subscribers, when you use the link in the description or in the pinned comment down below. So get protected, get access to all the content you deserve, and save huge by using my custom link in the description or pinned comment down below to get private internet access today. And this is via the wonderful Katie Davenport in Seattle, Washington, where at the Post Millennial. Journalist Tim Pool went to war with Twitter on Monday after a social media platform locked him out of his account for criticizing the G word. Twitter just locked me out of my account, LOL. I don't care enough about Twitter for the tweet to stay up, so whatever. F you, Twitter. Tim tweeted on Monday. That's a strong word for Timmer. That's some strong language from Timothy. I'm not sure that he's getting enough coffee brand coffee in his diet, but that's neither here nor there. Now, some people, would say, well, why'd you delete the tweet? You're capitulating, blah, 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 blah. Look, I think that that's a fair point to ask, but look, if you're going to be on the platform, you have to follow the rules. You can die on that hill, like maybe the Babylon Bee did, but I don't think that that was ultimately a good thing for them because I hardly ever see their posts anymore. And I get it, having your morals and making a point, but these are the options that we have. Sure, I still post on. I'm literally still posting on Getter and Truth. Okay, how many people are doing that in the right wing or even in the free speech sphere? I'm 100% committed to making sure I have a presence on these alt texts. That's what Tim should be doing. That's what the Babylon Bee should be doing. But you should not allow yourself to be taken out of the conversation here on Twitter. I don't see any value in it. So I agree with Tim on that. But he did. Twitter just locked me out of an account. I don't care enough about Twitter for the tweet to stay up. So whatever. F you, Twitter. The platform is so worthless. I don't feel that any tweet I put up matters. So I don't care to keep it up. However, I do think garbage posting matters, and I will keep garbage posting. In a series of tweets following Pool's announcement that Twitter had locked him out, the journalist slammed big tech company for actively protecting and supporting the P words on their platform. The worst type of people on the planet, we'll just say. Twitter actively protects and supports the worst type of people on the planet, he wrote in a Twitter post, followed by an abundance of posts containing screenshots of Twitter allegedly allowing these creeps on their platform. Absolutely unloading on them. And he's right. He's 100% right. There's a lot of people out there. There was actually a lawsuit up there where they refused to take some of this stuff down. The headlines shared by Pool include many. Twitter lets the P words discuss their interest in young ones. Scholars argue Twitter is not placing creep notices on profiles. Twitter is accused of letting P-words discuss their interest in kids, and Twitter is a breeding ground and normalization. Like all sorts of, by the way, this is for the AP, this is the Daily Dot. Twitter is accused of letting creeps discuss their, interest in the young ones. All sorts of stuff like that. Following the Timcast journalist criticism of Twitter, Poole announced on Twitter that Twitter canceled his ability to advertise on Monday. Twitter also just told me that all my ad runs are canceled. Fortunately for Tim, you may not have seen it. I don't know if you've seen it, but a humble bean merchant, has been running some interesting ads on his channel. I can't say who it is because I don't know, but somebody has. So maybe that's gonna like help out the Tim Empire, the Timpire. Now, the journalist's criticism of Twitter and their reported targeting of individuals criticizing the G words come after author and mathematician James Lindsay was locked out of his Twitter account for criticizing a Media Matters journalist who called out media outlets for being anti-LGBTQ over their criticism of the term. I agree with Timcast. Twitter proactively shelters and enables the worst type of people on the planet, people who want to recruit kids, Lindsay wrote, while standing in solidarity alongside Poole. The degree of this sheltering raises important questions. It's unconscionable on its own, but is there an agenda? Are people paid leveraging these type of relationships? All of the above, Lindsay said in a tweet. Poole concluded the Twitter war on Monday by writing, "From now on, I just call them the P words." Yeah, I mean, I guess that's all you can really do, right? I mean, it sure seems like that's the best move. I mean, I tweeted out this morning, I can't believe, this hasn't been taken down yet, but I wrote, Twitter says you can call people the bad guys from WW2, supremacists, etc. Zero issues with that. Call one person the G word and you get banned. Why does Twitter work so hard to protect these creeps? And there's a whole bunch of articles. Twitter says slandering LGBTQ people as the G word violates its rules, and enforcement has been extremely uneven. So, essentially, all the news outlets that are really talking about this are like a variety of like LGBTQ news outlets and stuff like that. Look, it's a name, okay? And here we see George Takei. George Takei is the perfect response to right-wing hysteria over the word. Also, George Takei, original Star Trekker George Takei, says he lost his V card to an attractive man when he was 13 years old. So he literally was. I mean, like, I don't know what I don't even get it. What does Media Matters do other than just be essentially a censorship outlet? That's all it really does. That I've ever seen them do anyway. And for several months, right-wing media have amplified the harmful idea that the existence of LGBTQ people is a threat to kids without any action to Twitter. Look, I don't subscribe to that. I don't agree with that whatsoever. Like I said, I live in a small town, but I'm friends with several gay couples in this town, and they're all great parents or babysitting. They can watch my pets or my kids anytime. Okay, I don't think there's absolutely anything connected with being, LGBTQ and being like somebody that you wouldn't want around your family. I will say, however, that there is an element there that is extremely curious. All these teachers who are uploading TikToks and all this kind of stuff keeps coming out, and it's like, can we not even ask questions about why a third grade teacher is turning their classroom into a rave with rainbow flags and all this stuff? Why? Can we ask why is that happening in elementary schools and stuff without, but you can't. That's the thing. You can't ask that question, which is extremely concerning, which in fact to me really, really begs a lot of questions. You could see, you know, the left is having full-blown meltdowns because teachers are not going to be able to do creepy stuff anymore. You have this account, you know, damage people. The internet is a dangerous place for young ones, especially when you have radical alphabet activists openly using the G word. Then protect your children. A lot of this is the thing, you know, where you have to really consider how much time you want to let your kids spend online, because this kind of stuff is out there, and it's, if you're not monitoring like their online behavior or, you know, what exactly that they're up to, you're going to come into contact with it. Matt Walsh writes, yes, Democrats, please go with this. Come out fully in support of drag shows for the young ones. Shout about it from the rooftop. Let your G flag fly. Make sure all the voters know. I mean, it's like I've said, there's nothing inherent, but like why can't I call this what it is? Like, why? It's bad parenting at the very, very minimum. Why exactly are you taking your kids to these type of shows? You see journalist Tim Pool locked out of Twitter for criticizing, well, creeps. I don't really understand why this is a big deal. I honestly don't think it's unreasonable to think, hey, why can't I criticize? Why are you protecting? Why are you going so far to protect these particular individuals? Now I get falsely attributing it to someone being a member of that community, but why can't I point out like obvious situations where something really weird is going on? Like, there's a word for that, you know, and I can't say it now. I can't say it on YouTube. I can't say it. Why? Why can't I call it out? Why can't I ask these questions? I think that's exactly what Tim was pointing out. And I guess the new thing is going to be Predator or Redditor. You know, the word will just change. And I just think it's really creepy how big tech continues to support these people. Somebody you should consider supporting, though, is this video's sponsor. And, of course, Coffee Brand Coffee. Greatly, greatly appreciate you tuning in. And we'll talk to you again real soon.